As you all know, I've mentioned several times, but for the past 7 months, I think I've been working on um, this deal with the social impact fund. And as you all know, scaling a business, look at the map behind me, trying to conquer the UK, been always trying to raise a large amount of capital, large funding line, etc., etc., etc. And yeah, so out of literally hundreds of leads, managed to find one firm that was happy to get into the detail. They're social impact funds who really love what we're doing, and they're looking to do something innovative as well. And this was the end of last year's, before Christmas last year. And finally, it's taken 7 months. They've had internal approval and approval from the fund, which they receiving the money from, because obviously they're a fund, they manage money, so the mandate's got approved, which is great. So we officially finalised head to terms yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? And legals got instructed. And I know normally we say legals got instructed feels like the start of the journey, but in this case, it feels like we're getting close to the end of the journey. And we've got a flow of deals ready to go. It's really exciting. It's a up to the JV is this JV is 20 to 25 million, and but really behind that, the social impact fund, which hopefully is going to be in the news in the next 6 weeks when we close, they've got 800 million under management, I think. So and they're looking to scale as well. So the opportunity, they basically saying capital won't be an issue. It's just delivery. Which, as long as we deliver, they're confident that they can fill the mandate. So for us, it's game changing. What will work very quickly, just to how it's structured, is we're the delivery partner, so we're finding all the opportunities and still the forefront with the client, etc. We now get our entire pipeline funded, and we also our construction company is going to be running all of that pipeline under kind of like pre-construction service agreements and incurring all the costs and dealing with it and getting charged. We get to charge a 15% OHP. And when we get into contract with the client, we'll do all the build and we'll also charge a 15% OHP. We also get a development management fee along the side and a finance fee along the side. And we then get a profit split as well, which is 60-40 in their favor. But overall, as a business, that means that what we was cash negative all the way through to we get into build, which can take 2.5 years, is now flipped into cash positive, and we can also do larger deals. So the deal that we've sent over to them now, which we just wouldn't be able to play in that arena yet, it's between 100 and 150 units. And for them, they're like, yeah, great. They're all about deployment and social impact, and let's make the maximum. So really exciting, guys. I'll just fingers crossed legals go smooth, and when it goes over the line, we are going to party
And
on Jack's fence.
On his boat in Henley.
Do you know what's cool though, mate, is obviously if anyone who's listening as well has watched this podcast for at least the last 6 months, has seen you kind of like describe this story as it naturally evolves. So it's quite cool to see. Maybe we should do a little clip of like you explaining it at different stages, and now you're at the last hurdle.
I would also say there is not a single other public place where anyone that's closing a fund would talk that much in detail about how it's structured. So I mean, it just goes to show the value of the pod, really, because I've been in the similar sort of rooms as Dorian, and I actually think he's got one of the better deals that I've ever heard of from supporting an SME funding development company, which you wouldn't get if it was private stuff. But it took me all of those meetings, over 100 meetings, to understand how those things are structured and what's a good deal. And you guys have just heard it here without having to leave the comfort of your own home.
Jack, Ryan, Dorian and myself, we get together every week to discuss property, business and everything that's happening in the UK. If you're interested, make sure you follow and subscribe to the Ground Up podcast.